Watch the adventures of Muhammad Ali.
This week, Muhammad Ali faces danger as he investigates a mysterious Egyptian tomb.
I don't want to get swallowed up. Let's get out of here.
I think it is safe to say that our friend is all washed up.
What's it all mean?
That's what I'd like to know. I'm still working on a translation.
Oh, man. Don't you know what that means? It means don't barge into the pyramid or you'll be all wet.
Hey, Frank, you're not as dumb as you look.
Mr. Sarah, who is he or what is he?
Well, that's Osiris, Nicky. For 4,000 years, he was the Egyptian god of the underworld. He ruled over the river of the dead. If you'd like to see more about Osiris, I can take you to the museum when Ahad and Damon get back from their camel ride.
There it is, the Oasis of the Moon.
This is beautiful, Ahad.
Yes, I come here often.
Why do they call it that?
What?
The Oasis of the Moon.
An old legend tells of the moon dwelling within the water. It was held to be a bad omen. My father could explain it. Osiris will sail on the river of the dead, and all who behold will be swallowed by the desert.
Let's get out of here. I don't want to get swallowed up.
And they kept the mummies and treasure at the center of the maze?
Yes, but the mazes were only one way that the builders protected the treasure room. They also devised some clever booby traps.
Do any of the pyramids still have treasure inside?
None that we know of. Most were plundered by robbers over the years. Of course, anything found nowadays automatically becomes part of our national treasure.
Father, the Oasis.
Uncle Ali, we saw it.
Saw what?
The moon was in the Oasis of the moon.
What do you mean, Ahad?
The moon was glowing inside the Oasis, as in the legend.
In the Oasis? It sounds to me like it was probably a trick of the light.
But I saw it too. There's only one way we can make them believe we saw it. As soon as the sandstorm dies down, we go back. And at moonrise tomorrow, we get proof.
Proof?
You're not scared, are you? I mean, you know about all that swallowed up by the desert stuff?
No, of course not. Like my father, I am a scientist. It is not possible. The Oasis of the Moon is gone.
Maybe the sandstorm covered it up.
That has never happened before. Never.
Are you sure this is the right place? It all looks pretty much the same.
I am certain the Oasis is 100 meters east of the Pyramid of the Moon. And look, the camera says there was water here.
I'll get a shot of the pyramid with you right in front. I just hope there's enough light, or they'll never believe this. Hey, bad news. What's up? Bad news. Come on, we don't have time to play hide and seek. Ahad, you go around the other way, okay? Then we can't miss it. I don't get it. Hey, bad news! Man, it's like the desert just swallowed him up. Bad
We returned to
news!
the Oasis,
He just
but it wasn't
disappeared into
there.
nowhere.
The Oasis disappeared or bad news disappeared. Now, which is it?
Both.
Oh, surely you mean that the moon was no longer in the Oasis.
Look!
Strange. That is the Pyramid of the Moon. Incredible. The Oasis is gone.
It's weird, all right.
Bad news. Dog. Now, where could that doggone dog go?
Well, my guess is he went off into that pyramid. I don't see where else he could hide.
I don't know how he could have gotten over there without us seeing him, but we can check it out.
In that labyrinth, even a dog might lose his way. Whatever you do, don't go inside the pyramid.
Listen, hear that?
Sounds hollow.
Either we get to the bottom of this or China's in for a big surprise.
Bad news?
Hey, if we climb up there, we'd get a better view of the whole area.
What month is it, Damon?
September. Why?
Because it'd be October by the time I got up there and November by the time I got down.
Oh, you can climb up there.
Hey, listen. I thought I heard bad news, but I guess not.
Hey, man, I think we hit pay dirt.
What is it?
I don't see any sign of him. Nothing but sand. Sand and more sand.
Hey, where'd they go?
Who?
Uncle Ali,
And my father. Where's my father?
swallowed up by the desert.
Hey, man, I think we hit pay dirt.
What is it? That was quite a drop.
Yeah, but I tell you one thing, man, this ain't China. What's going on here anyways? What is this place?
It's incredible. But this is the Oasis of the Moon.
An indoor oasis, huh? Now that's what I'll call a quick cover-up.
That's right. They probably planned on the sandstorm to do that. The perfect camouflage. But why?
Well, you can bet it wasn't just so they could hog the water.
How are we going to get out?
If bad news found a way out, so can we. These are his tracks, and whatever it was that made him jump into the water must have scared him more than taking a bath.
Yes, but whose tracks are these?
Man, this is getting to be too much. Way too much.
Uncle Ali wouldn't take off without telling us, unless he had a good reason.
Bad news. I knew I heard him. He's at the pyramid.
Perhaps if we find your dog, he can help us find your Uncle Ali and my father.
You know that's bad news you're talking about, and not Lassie the Wonder Dog. Don't worry, though. We'll find them, I hope.
Hey, there's some kind of a tunnel under here.
A tunnel?
That's right. Let's find out where it goes.
You don't mean... Well, I'm afraid I'm not much of a swimmer, even on top of the water.
Well, it's plain to see that we're not gonna dig our way out.
I see what you mean. Still, it's a big risk when we don't know how far we'll have to swim underwater.
We can do it.
An aqua lung.
I just figured it wasn't any giant frog making those tracks. There's only one tank, so we'll have to share it. Just do what I do, okay? You can take first turn with the tank. Just breathe normally. Let's go.
Bad news! He's in there. We have to find him.
We stay right here, Nicky. Now, you heard about all those explorers getting lost in the maze. Now, bad news will just have to find us.
Bad news!
This look like some kind of fancy swimming pool. Where do you suppose we are?
Of course. I should have known it. It's what the tablet was all about. We're under the pyramid of the moon.
I know that bark anywhere. Bad news. Hey, bad news. Bad news. Wait up. Man, that dog can't stand still. Hey, Ben, what's the story on all these mirrors?
I've never come across anything like them. Pure polished silver. And these torches are the originals.
Yeah, but they haven't been burning in it 4,000 years. Ooh-wee. Those pharaohs sure knew how to live.
Amazing. Simply amazing. Why, this is one of the most important discoveries of the century. Who would have thought that under this pyramid?
I would, Asara.
Kashta. Yes, that makes sense. You always were secretive about your finds. I suppose your plan was to sell these artifacts to the highest bidder.
My plan was and still is exactly that.
Do you know this chump, Ben?
Yes. When he was caught trying to pocket small relics at the dig in Canes Ram, I dismissed him myself.
Come, Asara. Let us forget that petty squabble. There is enough here to make us both very rich. Osiris here will be worth a fortune when I've melted him down into gold ingots.
Osiris? You'll never get away with it.
Oh, yes, I will. And that is precisely the reason for our elaborate construction. Notice Osiris' royal barge. In a few minutes, the pump will have lowered the water level in the tunnel, and we shall float the statue out into the Oasis. And then... So, you finally caught up with that dog? A little late, don't you think?
Hey, bad news. Look like you've been keeping some pretty nasty company.
You idiots, I told you to get rid of the dog. Well, what do you say to my generous offer? It applied equally to you, Mr. Ali, of course.
No thanks. None of this treasure's yours to give.
Kashtar, you leave everything in this chamber untouched, or we'll...
Before you decide, there is something else I would like to show you.
Mister, you don't seem to be getting the message. You're in bad trouble. And if you're thinking of trying to make a break through some secret escape route, then you better think again, because...
Oh, dear. I neglected to warn you about the booby traps. set so cunningly by the ancients to protect the treasures of Pharaoh's tomb. A pity. A great pity.
You know, I saw a movie once where the same thing happened.
How did they get out?
I think it was an earthquake that did the trick. But we're not going to wait around for an earthquake. I've got an idea.
Bad news. He's up there on top.
Let's go.
Man, what that crazy dog puts us through. Now, he just better be there.
Here goes.
Well, that slab must weigh at least half a ton. No one could lift it.
Not in one heave, maybe, but just a little at a time while you stuff sand underneath.
It's worth a try. This hourglass is running a little too fast, I think.
Now. I was due for a workout with the weights in the house.
Bad news. He's stuck in here.
We'll get you out of there. It won't budge. We need some leverage or a crowbar, maybe.
The jack. There's a jack in my father's car.
Oh, dog. I'll get it.
Quick, jam that air tank in there. Now that's what I call a narrow escape.
A maze within a maze. Which way? This is all new to me.
I always lead with the left. It never let me down so far. Music to my ears. We're on the right track.
Bad news? Where'd he go now?
He's right here with us.
How did you... What on earth has been going on down there?
It's a long story, Frank. Started about 4,000 years ago. Now, come on, let's push this block.
Hey, what's wrong, champ? You're not hurt, are you?
No. Go get the authorities. I'm going back inside. I just figured this out.
What?
Why they call this the Pyramid of the Moon.
Work faster. One more barge load of the smaller items should do it, and then it's Osiris's turn. He gets the royal barge to himself. We can't risk sinking all that gold now, can we? Excellent. Now we'll move the statue to the pool and have him ready for his final voyage.
Sail on the river of the dead.
It is a trick.
You guessed it. A little razzle-dazzle. And you're in the spotlight.
Get him. What are you waiting for? He cannot take us all on at once.
You just saved yourself a whole lot of trouble if you just turn all this over to the people at the museum.
One more step, Muhammad Ali.
Nice try, but you don't get any points for slam dunking yourself.
Keep after him.
Hey now, don't you know that violence is no way to solve your problems? I guess you guys are tired of playing leapfrog. I know just how you feel, but hang in there, baby.
Quickly, out of the water. That will stop anything without gills from getting to us. I think it is safe to say that our friend is all washed up. Even without Osiris, we shall be rich. Richer than the pharaohs themselves.
And you'll be facing a bigger wrath than any mummy. Kashtar, what is wrong with you? Can't you tell when you are through? Respect and fame was yours worldwide, but now your name you'll have to hide.
Hey, Jim, everything under control down there?
Well, well, well. You picked a good time to drop in, my friend.
Yes, but Ali, how did you figure out the way those mirrors work?
Let's just say it was the moon that made me see the light.
We must give some credit to our little four-legged explorer. His barking was a big help.
That's right. And I can tell you, I've never been so happy to hear bad news.
You know me? I'm Muhammad Ali, the heavyweight champion of the world. That's right, the whole world. But when I'm violent and doing my fighting, I do it inside the boxing ring, not in the streets, not at home. I'm ranked now as the greatest fighter of all times. As good as I am, I can beat every man in the world. But still, when I have problems, I don't solve them by fighting, and you shouldn't either. Now, don't use your fists, or you'll take a risk. Use your head instead, like Ali said.
Saturday.
This is your lucky day.
El Rey Network celebrates Jean-Claude Van Damme with 7 hard-hitting classics.
I'll make them pay.
Jean-Claude Van Damme Marathon. Saturday starting at 10 a.m. on El Rey Network.